Alan, thanks for being here. What did you make of Garland's testimony yesterday on the Hill?
I think there was a failure to ask him the hard question. The hard question was, why don't you appoint a special counsel to investigate President Biden and his possible connections to Burisma and Ukraine? There's enough smoke there, enough probable cause there to appoint a neutral, objective, beyond any kind of dispute person to look into the president of the United States. He says, I'm not the president's lawyer, but he's the president's loyal cabinet member whose goal is to try to get the president reelected. It's very hard to separate out the role of political advisor to the president on legal matters, which he is, and chief law enforcement officer. That's why, although I've generally been critical of special counsel, certainly this is a case that warrants it. And if I were President Biden and I were innocent, I would be the one calling for a special counsel. I would be the one saying, there's so much smoke out there. There's so many allegations. There are so many unanswered questions. If I were Biden, I'd say we can't trust the Republican-controlled House to do this, and we can't trust the courts to do this. We have to have a special counsel who is beyond reproach looking into that. That's the question I would have asked. Other than that, Garland does not seem to be involved in the day-to-day aspects of these criminal cases, and that's probably the right thing, although it doesn't make for good testimony.
But I mean, isn't that his job, Mr. Dershowitz?
No, his job is to supervise and oversee special counsel. But when special counsel are appointed, and there have been now several special counsel, one on Hunter Biden, the other on President Biden himself, but limited only to the classified material, actually the Attorney General is supposed to stay out of the day-to-day nitty-gritty of the investigation and is supposed to wait until there's a report sent to him by special counsel. So I was not surprised that he was, surprisingly to many people, not aware of the details of the investigation. But I do think the hardest question is why he has not appointed a special counsel to investigate President Biden's connections to Ukraine and all the allegations that grow out of the prior investigation, including the fact that the statute of limitations was allowed to lapse on issues that might have brought a connection between the president and the president's son.